If you're trying to grow your coaching business, you have to watch this video. I'm gonna break down the ad strategy we're using right now with our clients to turn $1 into $5 to $10. Honestly, this strategy is just straight fire, and it's really helped our coaches who are stuck at that 5 to 10K a month mark break through to 20K a month. And it's helped some coaches break into the 40K a month plus. Like Tyler, who is a run coach, who we helped scale from 5K a month to $41,000 cash collected within 3 months of launching these ads. So make sure to stick around to the end to get access to the step-by-step process so you can get similar results too. Now, real quick, I want to jump into why I started running ads in the first place for my coaching business. When I started my business, I was posting on social media and doing outreach, doing the DMs to my network. And sure, that helped me get to my first 5 to 10 clients. But after that, I really struggled to grow beyond that. Every time I posted, the same people would be engaging with my content every single day. And I never had like a post go viral. And even if I tried to make like broader content or use trends, it just never worked. And to be honest, it didn't really feel right to me, right? Like I didn't want to do the trendy stuff just to get more followers or leads. So that's when I started to look for other ways to get in front of people. And at the time, I tried some strategies like shout outs, doing mass cold DMs, doing guest workshops, but all those strategies were really more like a hit or miss for me. Sometimes they would crush it, while other times I found myself just wasting time. And that's when I came across Facebook ads. And immediately what I loved about them was I was guaranteed to be put in front of new people using this strategy. On average, it costs about $20 to get in front of 1,000 people. So as long as I made a good ad, I could capture the attention of new people every day and tell them about my business. So I went all in with ads, and it has totally transformed my business. I went from about 10 clients to 150 clients in 12 months. Okay. And now I'm so passionate about it, I'm helping other coaches do the same in their business. So let's go ahead and switch gears and jump into my iPad so I can show you guys how it works. All right, so let's go ahead and first just cover on how ads work. I'm gonna do this in my iPad right now. All right, so we're gonna draw a funnel. Inside of here, do the funnel. I don't have the prettiest handwriting, just letting you know, well ahead of time here. So how ads work, or ads are gonna be the top of the funnel, right? So ads are gonna be up here, right? Ads, and then we'll also put some viral content, potentially, right? But really this whole entire bucket, what else we got? Maybe some shout outs, plus word of mouth, referrals. All of this is really just around getting awareness, right? Awareness, AKA eyeballs, right? Eyeballs. We need more eyeballs. And again, I mentioned in this video, at least at the start, is that, viral content and creating that stuff and trying to do trendy audio and all that stuff, Instagram's organic reach has dropped 32% year over year for the past 2 years. So this is becoming harder and harder. Shout outs you can do. That's where you go to other accounts and say, hey, shout my stuff out. Tell people your audience to follow me. That can work, but that lasts, 1 to 2 days. And then after that, it's you got to do another shout out. Where ads, you set them up one time and you leave them. In some really good ads, you can leave for 3 to 6 months before you touch any of them. Okay. But all of this, like all the ads and all this other top of funnel stuff, is really going to drive people down to your content. Okay. And the main part of content is really just to nurture. And nurturing allows you to build a relationship with somebody, right? So ads drive to content. It doesn't matter if the ad is going to your DMs, if your ads are boosting for optimized for profile views, if your ads are going to a lead magnet on your website, all of that is content. Okay. Most people will not buy from you on the first time they see you. Okay. There are some, but I'm going to tell you it's between 1 and 3% will go from straight ad to, buy. Not many will do that. The typical journey is ads or some of those other things here to get awareness. Then they see your content. They're nurtured in that content. And this is going to take typically, it's going to be different for every business, but I will tell you, at least for us, our average lead to purchase. So it's like, by the time someone comes in here, lead to purchase to buy, it's 38 days. Okay. So it takes someone 38 days of being in our ecosystem from the first time they click an ad to buy from us. And that's where content comes in, right? So this is going to be between this could be multiple weeks. This could be 1 and 90 days, right? Now, ideally, our ad is so good that we make a return within that first month, right? But we do know that it's going to take some time, okay? So from the content, typically what happens next is going to be DM/SMS/email, okay? And this is going to be really like, I'm just going to put direct communication, right? Someone sees your ad, they watch your content, they shoot you a DM, said, hey, I've been watching your stuff for a while. I got you a couple questions for you. And then they start telling you about what's going on. And then from there, you can invite them to a call. It's just how things go, right? Like, hey, I've been seeing your stuff. Can I ask you a couple questions? Sure. You invite them to a sales call, and then they would go from here to buy, right? But it takes time. So I think a lot of people, when they think of ads, they think of this ad goes straight from ad to buy. And, like I said up here, only like 1 to 3% of the people who see your ad and click on it day one are really going to buy within a day or two. Most of them will take time. And that's why ads will not work if you do not have this middle piece here of having your content in check, having a solid plan and strategy to nurture those leads. Because if you're just expecting to go from ad to buy, if only 1 to 3% are going to buy immediately day one or day two, man, you're really stressing yourself out. You're going to stress yourself out of how do I actually continue to get clients? But the main plan, and everyone overcomplicates this, is that they always think of it's the ads. Yes, the ads introduce them, but your content has to do the heavy lifting, okay? This video is all about ads because ads are a very, very high leverage skill for you to grow your coaching business. I'm going to share with you how to set them up. I just want to start off from the bat and tell you that if you don't have a good content strategy or you don't have a good, DM to call process, then you don't have any business running ads. Okay, you got to get that stuff dialed in first. Once you get that stuff dialed in, you're booking a call or two a week, and you're growing at a slow speed. Then it's time to crank up the ads to start getting new eyeballs that can be nurtured by your content, so they can have a conversation with you, and they will eventually, buy from you. Okay. All right. Next thing I want to cover in here before we cover the exact ad strategy is just budgeting, financing, really what makes sense for running ads. Okay. So to run ads, if you're running ads to a coaching offer, we want to have a high ticket service. Okay. So high ticket, and really to make ads profitable from like month one, we want to have a $2,000 offer. Okay. A 2K offer. That can be 2K for 3 or 6 months. It doesn't really matter, but we really want to have a 2K offer. Now, the reason for that is when we run ads and we spend money on ads, it's going to cost us money to get a client, right? But we want to turn, $1 into at least $4, okay? And the way we do that, we typically see is if you're a health and wellness coach, fitness coach, something like that, typically it depends on the strategy, okay? But I'm just going to put a really ballpark number out there. I've seen this a lot lower, but typically let's just say you have a $500 cost per client. Yeah, I'd say it's kind of in the middle. Like I have some female weight loss clients who get clients for less than $200. I've seen some guys get it for less than $200. But I really like to have people, especially if you're doing fitness coaching, health coaching, have the ballpark or go into this thinking that it's going to cost them $500 to get a client. If it's less than that, awesome. If it's more than that, that's okay, assuming that there's still a return on investment. Okay. We want to have a minimum. So let's say minimums is we want a 4x return on ad spend And this is on the core offer. So if it costs us, continue these numbers, $500 to get a client, and they pay us $2,000, that's a 4X, right? Great. I can keep scaling and running with that, right? The 4X return on ad spend is essentially saying that we want your cost to get a client to be about 25% of your ticket price. Okay. Now, let's continue going down this road, right? So if our target cost per client is $500, what is it for our cost to have a sales call with somebody? All right, depending on the strategy, what we are shooting for cost per call is going to be about $100 to $150 a call. And this is for a 60-minute call, okay? I know quite a few people who do the 2-call model. We teach it to some of our clients as well. And that's where you have a warm-up or discovery or triage call and then invite to a sales call. I don't really care what your cost per 15 triage call is because that doesn't really, if you're not pitching on that call, then it doesn't matter. But really, we want a $100 to $150 booked sales call because on this call, we'll pitch, right? If it costs us $100 to $150 for a call, let's say that not everyone shows up and it costs us, let's just say $200 for a shown call, okay? $200 for a shown call. And if we close at 30%, then that would be a $600 cost to acquire a client. $600 if 30% close rate, right? Hopefully your close rate's like closer to 40%, maybe 50% if it's a good quality lead, and that would get you down to your acquisition cost goal of $500. Okay? All right. So I'm doing a lot of numbers here. If you guys need to watch this video again, go for it. It's really important to understand numbers and understand your KPIs of your business before you get into ads and just start running ads because you were told to do so. If you don't know your numbers, you can burn a lot of money. Okay. So that's the one thing I want to mention. And typically with this like $2,000 offer, that's typically if it's done as like a package deal, paid in full or 2-pay, 3-pay. If you're not doing that style and you're doing monthly recurring revenue, like, hey, it's just costs, let's just say it's $300 a month ongoing to work with you. I want you to do at least this one strategy for me. Okay. I want you on month 1 to charge, I'm gonna say 500 to 1,000. My girlfriend does 1,000. So for month 1, it's $500 to $1,000 to get started. And then it goes to $300 a month. The reason I say to do that at least is this will cover your acquisition cost, right? If we know that it costs us $500 to get a client and they're going to pay us on the call month 1, $500, or even better, it'll be $1,000, we've made our money back immediately. Okay. So I wanted to say that because right now you don't have to do the package deals. There's definitely pros and cons to both. I don't want to talk about that in this video. But if you do packages, great. Sell it, be at least $2,000 for your package. If you do month to month, you can. Just make sure that your acquisition cost is covered immediately from that first month payment so that you're not in the red to get new clients. You should never be in the red to get new clients. Every single month, you should at least break even. Ideally, if you want to grow and you want to grow fast, we want 2 times 1 cash. We'll say month 1. Okay. So if that costs you $500 to get a client, in an ideal world, this will allow you to grow so much faster is to be able to collect 1,000. Okay. Because that gives us a 2 times on month 1. And here's the cool part. This allows you to grow without using your own money, right? If I put $500 in and I get 1,000 out, I now have another $500. Right? 1,000 minus 500. I now have another $500 to get another client. And if I get again, boom, it keeps going. I keep being able to use that $500 to get more clients. And I don't ever have to pull out and put it on a credit card or like pull it out of my pocket to get more clients, because if you have a 2 times cash collected, it will essentially allow you to grow infinitely until this number becomes closer to 1 times. But the goal is always, can I on cash collect double? If I can do that, I can just keep allowing the business to grow with that money. Okay. It's like self-finance, or not self-finance, but it's the business is essentially financing it itself to continue to grow. Your marketing is covering the cost for you to continue to market. It's very, very powerful. Okay. So regardless of what strategy we shoot for, if you can take anything out of this, here's the thing. All right. You need to have at least a 2K offer. Okay. So 2K offer at least, or 2K offer or lifetime value. So if you are doing, $300 a month, they need to stay with you for at least 7 months, right? For you to have that cost. So a 2K offer for lifetime value. We want a 4X minimum on our initial core offer, right? So 4 times, if it costs us $500, we want to contract at least $2,000 for a 2X minimum on contracted, okay? And then we want a 2X minimum on cash. That's our goal, right? If you feel more comfortable being around 1 times, that's great, but you're still going to be putting $500 in every month that you might not get back. If you hit the 2 times, you'll be infinite growth, okay? And then last but not least, our costs on average, we're going to say for a new client is going to be around $500 a client. Again, might be on the higher end, but I'm gonna be safe with that $500 for a client. And then for a call, we're looking at $100 to $150 for a 60-minute call. Okay. All of these numbers here are for B2C, means business to consumer, health, wellness, coaching. Life coaching can be a little bit tricky. We have some clients who are life coaches, and to be honest, it's a lot harder for them to get results. If you're a fitness coach, if it's a health offer and it's very tangible, it's much easier. We prefer working with those clients because we have a proven process that helps them, and it's just way more clear to articulate the value and the transformation that you can provide. Okay, so those are the basic numbers at a ballpark numbers we want to hit. All right, so up next, I'm going to cover the 3 strategies that we find that works well for health and wellness coaches. And then from there, I'm going to cover 1, okay? Because I really want to show you guys just one thing to use, and I'll show you the most efficient and effective long-term strategy, okay? There's lots of the strategies. I'll cover them right now, and I'll share you the one I want you to focus on. All right, so let's jump in. All right, so we've got it pulled up. This is the first funnel that I see most people doing right now. It's the most popular one. It's the Instagram follower funnel. And what we do here is we either boost the best performing posts, or we make a video telling someone to follow you. So it kind of gives you information, gives you a little bit of value. At the end says, follow my account for more. Or a carousel ad with tips or tricks or hacks or even mistakes. And at the end, follow for more. This is the one that we perform and we recommend our clients to use if they're using this funnel. This isn't going to be the strategy that I'm going to share with you, so stick around. But this one, just at a bird's eye view, you have a post that's on Instagram. All we do is we boost it for profile views, typically between 10 and $30 a day. 10 to 15% of those people that visit your profile will follow your account. We're looking for less than a $2 follower. From there, you're going to DM all the new followers who you think are good fits, and we should book a call between, again, $100 to $150 with your cost to sign a client being under $500. Okay, this is the first funnel. It's the most popular funnel by far right now. Let's jump into the second strategy. The second strategy is going to be the Instagram DM funnel. Okay, this is going to be an ad that promotes a free training, or it could be an ad that promotes hey, I'm looking for 5 guys, right? All you need to do is DM me this word and I'll send it over to you. And then they send you the word. Ideally, our cost per message is around $10. If you're very niche, it might be 15 to 20, but ideally it's going to be about 15 or less than $15. Okay. From here, you have a DM conversation and we're booking calls for under $150. And then again, we're setting a client around $500. All right. The last strategy here, this is the more traditional one, the older style one, the one that like the OGs use. We call it the traditional free training funnel, where we have an ad promoting a free training, which is a lead magnet. It then drives them to a landing page to collect their phone number, email, and then it will kick them out to a video that walks them through what they asked for. And then there's a text and email follow-up. And again, we're booking calls. This one's might be a little bit more expensive. It is a little bit more automated, But again, we pay for that, right? Because it's more automated, tech is doing more of our stuff. It might be a little bit more expensive to book a call, and then it might be a little bit more expensive again for you to sign a client. But you're paying for ease, you're paying for speed, where these funnels over here, which are very, very powerful, you've got to work those leads. You get a new follower, you're DMing them and you're going to have a conversation. And man, if you're spending $30 a day and you're getting $1 followers, you're getting 30 new followers a day that you're going to send messages to. This thing is very powerful and your inbox will be very, very full. So you have to spend more time. And as a business owner, you either spend time doing things or you spend money doing things. So the two funnels that are here, the Instagram follower funnel and the Instagram DM funnel, are going to be more time heavy, where this bottom one here is going to be more money heavy. Again, that's not bad if you've got the margin for it. Typically, because of that, this is not the one that I have most people start with. Okay, most people that will start with are going to be the Instagram DM funnel or the follower funnel. I'm going to cover in this video the Instagram DM messenger funnel because I think that this is the best middle ground and I'm finding really good results with this because you're getting more qualified people to you who actually want what you have. Sometimes when you're boosting posts for tips and value and stuff like that, you might be just getting some people who just want to follow you on social media, but don't have intent. With the Instagram DM ads, you can directly call people out for the problems they're experiencing, the things they want to overcome, and you can be much more direct with them. So I find that this brings in a higher quality candidate, okay? Still more expensive than this one though, okay? Typically, for this to work, if you guys are watching this now, I'm going to encourage starting this at around $30 a day, but between $30 and $50 is a sweet spot because let's just say your average cost per lead on the high end is $10. If it's $10 for you to get a lead and you're spending $30 a day, there's 3 leads for you a day. That might not be enough, right, for you to book a call, especially if your cost per call is $150. If you're spending $30 a day, and your call cost is $150, it's going to take you 5 days to book a call, okay? You can't shortcut this stuff. I used to think you can. It's like, I'm going to make the best ads and I'm going to get calls for $10 or $20. Those calls sucked. I'll tell you that, okay? Your average cost per call, per 60-minute call, not 15, is going to be around $100 to $150. You're not going to shortcut that, okay? You could make a really good ad. Maybe it knocks it off 10, 20%. But I want you to know that this stuff takes money, okay? So $30 to $50 a day is a great starting point. If you're not there, do this one. You'll get a ton more volume. You will have to filter through more people to book the calls, but you're going to get a ton more volume. While this one over here is going to be less volume, but higher intent, okay? So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Ads Manager and we're going to build one from scratch. We're going to build a DM campaign from scratch. I will show you from start to finish what to do so you can do this right after this video and start getting more leads and sales for your coaching business. Now, real quick, before we do this, I want to do a quick little shout out. I do have a free mini course and it's going to be linked below. It is a paid ads mini course. And this thing has all 3 of those funnels in there. I just talked about them. And inside of here, we've got our Instagram follower funnel. It'll show you exactly how to launch it, how to make the post, how to message the followers, KPIs to shoot for, the messenger ad funnel, which is what we're going to cover in this video today. This free training or the mini course inside of here is going to go through this in chunks, little bit by bit pieces. They're going to be a couple minutes long versus watching an entire video like this. And it'll also give you some links and examples. And then also I have the traditional sales funnel ads. If you guys are high spenders and you're spending more than $100 a day, this is one that I would highly recommend testing for your coaching business. So to get access to that, just click the link below and let's go ahead and continue on with the video. All right, so we are in my account now. Let's go ahead and create a new campaign. So all we're gonna do is push the create button. Now for a messenger ad, there's actually 2 ways to do it. It's going to show you the campaign objectives and you're going to try to choose one, right? There's an engagement campaign and you can see that it says down there, this is good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. You can use that. And you can also use the sales campaign. You can again see good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. I've been testing more, honestly, with the sales campaigns than I have engagement campaigns. So I'm gonna continue on with that for this video. But honestly, it doesn't matter too much. A lot of our clients are running engagement campaigns. This doesn't matter as much as the next step. So I'm gonna click sales and we'll continue on. Next, you're gonna get hit with this campaign setup. Do you wanna choose advanced shopping campaign or manual setup? We're gonna pick manual setup. I still like having control over targeting, over wording, all of that stuff. So I prefer manual sales campaigns. It gives us more control, and it's the same thing that we teach our clients. So once we jump into here, this is gonna break it up into our campaign, ad set, and ads. So you can kind of see it up here. The campaign is what type of campaign is it? And again, this one's a sales campaign, and we're gonna optimize it for messaging. All right. The ad set I want you to think of is the audience level. Who is this ad going to be served to? And then the ad level is where we have the individual ads. And think of ads as like posts. So these are the posts that we want to send to this audience that's optimized for, what do you want? Messages. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to name this campaign O Message. O Message just stands for me, optimized for message. If you guys can see over here in my account now, you'll see that it says optimized for lead. This one's optimized for strategy call. So these are running ads to a landing page because my business does these, but we spend over $1,000 a day. So very different strategy than a health or fitness coach who's spending between 30 and 50 bucks a day. I would highly recommend doing these. Don't jump to the thing if you're not ready for it because it is expensive. So don't run to that, okay? Don't do it. We're gonna do O Message, and then we're gonna put inside of here, we're just gonna put something super simple. We're gonna say that we're gonna deliver this to a free training, okay? It's a free training, and then I'll always put the date in here. So right now it's June 18th, so I'll put June, and then I'll put 24, okay? I don't care about the date, it's just when has this campaign been running, okay? So we'll scroll down here, and that's all we really need to set up here. I really do like using campaign budget optimization, especially for launching ads. But for this video, I'm not going to go over testing different audiences. So I'm just going to keep it as is here. Okay. If I have multiple ad sets, which is a typical strategy that I will do when I launch to help me have more chances of finding a winner, I will put that select there. But for this one, we're just going to make a simple ad to one audience, okay? So I'm in my ad set area, and again, I'm gonna name this again, same thing, O Message. I like to have the same congruency, free training, and then June/24. But what I'm gonna put before I get to June 24 is I'm gonna put the audience details here. So let's say that I'm gonna do a 1% lookalike of clients, and I'll teach you guys how to do that here in just a second. 1% lookalike of clients, I want them between 30 and 40 years old. And I'll just leave it at that. Okay, I'm gonna do male and female, so I'll just leave it open. Okay, so up next, it's gonna say, where do you want this conversion event to happen? And this is where we're going to pick messaging apps because we want leads coming to us to drive sales in Messenger, okay? And this is where if I didn't have this optimized for engagement campaign, I would still select the same thing. So it really doesn't matter if you optimize, like if you set up at the campaign level for engagement or if you set up for sales. I'm going to set up for sales. Okay. Now, next, it's going to ask you, do you want to place this on Facebook and Instagram, or do you just want to place this on Instagram? I typically see better results from Instagram, but I'm going to encourage you to test both of them. For this one, I'm going to turn off Facebook because I'm more active on Instagram. And again, I see better quality leads there. Okay, we're going to keep going down. Next, it's going to ask about budget. Like I said, I want you guys to be doing at least 30 to 50 bucks a day for this strategy. If you're not doing that, do the IG follower funnel. All right, so today is the 18th. I'm going to launch this I always launch my ads in the morning because I want a full day of spending. So if you're working on an ad, like right now it's Tuesday at 1 p.m., I'm going to set this thing up to start tomorrow. And I will not set an end date. I want to have a daily budget. I don't want spend X number of amount of dollars over 5 days. because we want to try to optimize this with time. We don't want to have to restart a campaign all over again. Okay. Next, we're going to scroll down and then we're going to get to the audience section here. Okay. So what we're going to do for this is right now, this is set up. Facebook automatically does this. It's using an Advantage Plus audience. It's going to, so it says our ad technology automatically finds your audience. If you share an audience suggestion, we'll prioritize the audiences matching this profile before searching more widely. So essentially it's like if I want Facebook or Instagram to find a 1% lookalike of my audience, it's going to use that and then it's going to go beyond that. I typically don't like starting with that, but if the audience does do well, I will make a new ad or a new campaign that will test this. But to start, especially with my first campaign, I want to figure out what audience is really going to work. So I do not do that. I go to this button here and I push switch to original audience. I know my costs will be cheaper with Advantage Plus, but I've also noticed that the lead quality isn't as good and I don't want that. Okay, so when I do that, this section in the audience will change just a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a lookalike audience. I love running lookalike audiences first because they're typically higher quality. So if you have a customer list, which you can go in Stripe and just download, if you use Stripe or Wave or PayPal, you can just download all of the contacts in your Stripe or payment processor. And then what you can do is you can upload that entire list into Facebook and say, I want you to find people that look exactly like this. And it'll do its best to do that. The more names and emails and phone numbers that you can give it, the better. Okay, so typically for me, I have a 1% lookalike of clients. I have a 1% lookalike of sales calls. I have a 1% lookalike of email subscribers. I have a 1% lookalike of Instagram DMs and followers. So you can test different things, right? And this video is not going to cover how to test. This is going to be how to set up the campaign and launch it. If you want help testing, I'm going to highly suggest that you guys work with a team like mine. I mean, if you guys work with me, cool. Or if not, go work with someone else. I don't care. I mean, I would even help you, but you can choose if you think it's a good fit or not. What I'm trying to get at is that I want you guys to get help in running these. And it's not your best interest to hire a media buyer right out the gates. I know some people will tell you to do that, but you know your audience better, you know your copy better, and if the copy, the pain points, the problems people are experiencing. And then 3 is you're making your content already. At least I hope you are. Hopefully you can outsource that. So if you've been making your content, ads are just going to complement that, right? If we went back to our original stuff that we wrote on our iPad, ads at the top, content is in the middle, and then sales and DM conversations at the bottom. If we try to make ads that do not match our content, it's not going to work. So I don't think, unless you're spending more than $20,000 to $30,000 a month, you need a media buyer. I'm showing you how to do this because you could go on right now on Ads Manager and set this thing up and launch it tomorrow. Where you're going to have a bottleneck, I'm telling you right now because I've done this. I've been running ads since 2019, and I still to this day have a coach and a team that helps me with this because I'm going to second guess it. It's just like if you're a fitness coach, you trying to write your own workout and program or nutrition program. It's way harder to do that than just to pay someone else to do it. Sure, you have the skills, but it's really nice to have someone else do a lot of the thinking who's not emotionally involved with the business, okay? So that's our services. What we do is we do coaching and consulting around it. We'll help you build the campaigns, give you the ads, and coach you on how to scale the ads. We won't run them for you. I think that's a good business model or a good business move for you guys versus hiring a media buyer and not knowing what the heck is going on in here, because they'll burn money if you don't know how to manage them and what to expect. So if you do want to hire a media buyer, you highly recommend to learn it first and then train them and give them all of the videos, the scripts, the ads, all the stuff for them to just push buttons behind. But before you do that, learn how to do it yourself and get some coaching consulting around how to scale campaigns, how to test different audiences, etc. Okay? Because if not, you'll burn a lot of money too. Okay? Don't want that. Don't want that. We want to be efficient, effective, and lean so that we can keep growing. My rant is done. All right, so we're in here. Again, I'm going to use a lookalike audience. I kind of already put it up here. I'm going to do a 1% lookalike of clients between 30 and 40 years old. So when we come down here, you can create a new audience. And I've already got mine in here. So if you already have a audience in here, you can just double tap. And then you'll see I've got a lot of my lookalike audiences in here. But I'm going to show you how to make one from scratch. Okay. So again, you'll go into Stripe, PayPal, or Wave, download the entire list. You can also, if you use Calendly, like you need about 100 contacts to make a lookalike audience. So if you don't have 100 clients that you've worked with or 100 people who've paid you, but you've had 100 sales calls, go into Calendly and download all of those contacts. If you don't have that, that's where you can do a lookalike of your followers, of the people that you've DM'd, If you don't have that, honestly, I'd probably just do an interest-based audience, okay? An interest-based audience would essentially just be coming down here and typing in some key characteristics that meet your business needs, or your not business needs, but your ideal avatar. So if you're a CrossFitter, you could type in CrossFit, right? And it'll pop up with CrossFit employers. I don't want that. CrossFit interest. I do want that. CrossFit training. I do want that, right? So we typically, if you're doing an interest, we'll pick 1 to 3 interests and try to get this audience size to be between between 2 and 5 million for a launching campaign. Okay. But again, I'm not going to do that. I think the lookalikes are better. So we're going to go ahead and create new lookalike audience. And then it's going to say, all right, what source do you want to make your lookalike audience from? If you have a Instagram account, actually, these are all custom audiences. If you've already created some stuff, they'll populate here, but more than likely you won't. So we're going to go create new source. And then we're going to do custom audience. And then right here is your customer list. This is where you can click this, push next. And from here, you can go next. You can upload that CSV file of all the contacts in Stripe, PayPal, Wave. If you're using book calls, you can use Calendly. If you're using leads, you can do that. And you'll upload all of that. And then you just kind of go through the steps. It's very, very simple. It'll say, all right, put the name, pick the form, here's the field. What is it? You say, this is all the first names. All right, what is this field? This is all the last names. All right, what is this field? This is all the phone numbers. And you just select all of those and push upload. And immediately the audience will be ready for you. Okay. So then once that's uploaded, once you've done that, now we come to custom audience and we should go down to lookalike audience. And from here, we can pick our lookalike audience that we just created. So for me, I'm going to do a 1% top clients. Okay. And you can see this audience already here is about 2 to 2.5 million, which is pretty solid. I'm happy with that. I am going to turn the advantage lookalike off. I want to try to keep this just to this demographic. And the age range that I said I run these to are in between 30 and 40 years old. So I'm going to come down here and you can see age, change this to 30 to 40. And that's going to make my audience smaller. That's okay for a start. As you grow, you're probably going to want a little bit bigger of an audience, but this is a really good one for me to start. Okay. What I have noticed is that sometimes when I launch these campaigns, this just turns on by itself. So it is a little bit bigger than that, but this is what I like to start campaigns with. A 1% lookalike, having a tight age range of like 10 to 15 years, having the location be your primary place that you get clients. For us, this is the United States. And then this is our audience size. Okay. We're going to do language, English. Okay. And then I'm going to leave automatic advantage placements on. Okay. It's going to essentially find us the right place to put these ads that will be giving us the conversations in our DM like we asked for here. Okay. So that's the audience. Next thing is going to be the actual ad itself. So we're just going to name this one ad 1, keeping it really simple. And from here, you can have 2 things. One is you can just create a new ad. A second thing is you could use an existing post. So if you use an existing post, you can select a post from your recent Instagram posts if you'd like, or Facebook posts. Not going to encourage that. I'm going to encourage that you guys make an ad. Okay, you're going to make an ad. We want to uncheck multi-advertiser ads because that's going to not put our ads with a bunch of other junk ads. All right. Now, when we get to the media section, this is where we're going to upload our image or video. I really like running ads with Twitter carousel stuff to start, to be honest. So I'll just show it to you, or Twitter posts. Like you can see a lot of my, like here's one. Let me pick one that I like to show you guys. All right, boom. This is a straight offer one. Health professionals will help you sign 20 new clients over the next 100 days. Read the caption to learn more. So this is a direct pitch offer. I like running with something that's a little bit more direct at the start. And then once I find the messaging that's landing, I like to turn into a video. So it's kind of like a pro tip, but we're just going to use this one for simplicity's sake. I will allow enhancements. So this one is going to have the offer. We'll help you do this. Read the caption to learn more. Okay. So that's the image that I selected. And the primary text is going to be like your captions in an Instagram post. So this is going to involve a hook. I'm just going to kind of write out the points. Hook, and then there's going to be story, CTA. Okay, that's going to be pretty much the format of most of your ads. I do have another video. It's probably going to be linked up here. I'm going to have it be linked up here on how to write persuasive storytelling copy. It was another YouTube video I made a couple weeks ago, and it goes over some of my highest performing ads. So if you want to see the more storytelling, ways to be persuasive with storytelling, click that link, watch that video. It's going to help you a ton. On this video, I want to share more of the high level strategy of how it's all set up. But if you want a really detailed explanation of how to write really good ads, click that link and watch it there. Okay. So this is going to be your primary text. You'll have a hook, which for what I'm going to recommend is going to be more of it's going to be this matchup here. So it's going to be your promise. Okay. And then your story is going to be, I'm going to put origin story. And then your CTA is going to be, DM me, or actually I'm going to click the link below because we might change it. Click the link below to get a short video that covers the 3-step process in detail. Okay. I'm going to cover this really quick. But what I'm finding that works really well right now, even if you're doing a video, it's like leading off with a promise. So I've got one client right now who's doing more fitness coaching, and it goes like this. Busy dads, I'll help you get into incredible shape in as little as 12 weeks. We do that with our unique 3-step process that doesn't involve cutting carbs, fasting, or doing excessive cardio. And then he kind of goes in his origin story of how he discovered this 3 to 5-step process. He shows some case studies, some testimonials, and then the call to action is to click the link below to watch a short training to see how the process works and to see if we can help. So I like this because typically when we see an ad, there's kind of two paths. Ad number one can be very direct. This is a very pretty direct ad, even the copy here, right? We'll help you do this in this amount of days. But then the other style that's very popular is the indirect. The indirect is not about we'll help you do this thing. It's about the process. Hey, I put together a free training that covers the 3-step process for busy dads to lose X amount of weight in this time period, right? That's an indirect because somebody could go there and you're not directly pitching them something. You're saying, I have a free thing that I want to share with you. With the indirect, you'll get a lot more leads, but the amount of leads that will become clients are going to be a lot less. With a direct ad or a direct claim and promise like this, your cost per lead is going to be higher because you're saying, I'll help you do this thing. So what I found that works really well is merging the two. You lead with a direct promise. Hey, busy dads, I can help you do this in this time period, right? And then you tell a story or provide some value, and the call to action is around the process. Click the link below to get a short video that goes over the process in more detail to see if it would work for you. And if so, on the next page, you can book a call for blah, 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 right? But we're kind of merging the direct, do this thing, get this result. We can help you do that with, I have this free training. And that seems to be kind of this really nice middle ground because people will see your promise, see your offer, and that's what captures their attention. So the people who it captures their attention for actually like this. Oh, I sign 20 clients. That sounds pretty cool. Cool. Here's the origin story of here's how it all happened. Here's how I came up with this strategy. Click the link below to get more information on the strategy. Okay, that's what I'm testing a lot right now. I'm liking that approach. I have done in the past a lot more direct copy where it's just like, here's how we'll help. Here's our offer, let us know. Or like, DM us this word to learn more about it. And it got really expensive where the indirect can be very cheap, but again, the conversions aren't as high. So finding somewhere in the middle is what I'm testing a lot of right now that seems to be working well. Okay. All right. So that's going to be that primary text. At this stage, like if you're launching this, you can have upwards of 5 texts. I know some people are like, I like to control all of it. I personally trust Instagram and Meta, and I want to give it as many variations as possible within one ad so it can find the winning copy for the right person. So I am one to have multiple primary texts inside of here, and I'd encourage that as well. Okay. Next up here is going to be the call to action. I really like learn more. It's just proven to work. So I have the call to action be learn more for DM ads. And then down here below, this is where we can make a specific word that we want them to DM us. Okay. You can push edit. And for this primary text, I'll typically be like, click the link below to get access to the training that covers how we help our clients get into incredible shape, right? And then you'll see there's 3 questions here. Delete them all. Delete all of them except for the top one. And then just have this be the word, right? So this could be shredded. And then your automatic response when they send you shredded, when they click the button below. So if they click send, it'll send shredded. The automated response to shredded would be video, right? So you'd have like your video. So I'll just pull mine real quick. Here is the video, or here's the training. Here's the training that covers how we get dads into incredible shape. And then boom, like you can post it there. And then I will reach out to you when I'm back online, right? And this will send out immediately. And then once this gets sent out, you go in your DMs, take that conversation over and invite to a call, right? That's typically the process. It's really simple. And then what we'll do here is just name this shredded, and we're going to name it based off of the question that's asked here. Okay. I would push save, and now this is selected, shredded. Cool. So that's how you set up an ad. It's pretty simple, right? Now, when you do launch a campaign, I am going to suggest having 3 different ads in an ad set. So to do that, once you've made the first ad and it's done, don't do this until all of it's made. You can then push duplicate, and then you just say, I want 2 copies. And when it does that, it'll give you 2 more copies. And what I do with this is the only thing that we're really going to change here is we're going to change the image or video. I keep the caption the same. I think that's important. I keep the call to action the same. It's just the video. So I might add a new image. Let's say I want this one instead. Okay, great. Awesome. And then I'll do the same one for this as well. I'm just going to edit this. We're going to change the image into a photo of me, right? And we'll just test all 3 of them. So when we publish it, Instagram's going to start sending the budget to the different ones and seeing which one gets the best result. And then from there, you can make a hypothesis of what's going to do well in the future. And you keep reiterating until you've got a winning ad, which is going to be a winning image or video and a winning audience. Okay, so that's how you set up an ad. Very simple. Again, what we should be seeing once this thing is published and going, we should be seeing conversations for less than $10 coming in. We should see calls for $100 to $150, and we should see sales coming in for under $500. And our lifetime value or our contracted value for that initial purchase should be at least 4 times what we pay. Okay, so this is my video for today. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys are looking for help in setting these campaigns up, this is what we do. We now have an offer where we'll make the ads for you, give them to you, and you can then launch them. You can launch them and meet with us on a weekly basis, and we'll coach you on how to continue to scale them. We'll tell you when to turn them off. We'll tell you when to turn the budget on. We'll tell you when to pause them. We'll do most of the heavy lifting and thinking for you. And we'll want to train you on this so that you have the full capability and capacity to grow. Okay. Like, I don't want you to be limited in your growth because you don't know what to do, right? Like, we want to tell you everything that you should do. So if you want that level of support and you want to learn more about what we do, I'll have a link in the description below to schedule a call with our team. There'll also be the paid ads mini course will also be linked there if you guys are looking for more help with that and just kind of want to do it on your own. Okay. So that's all I got for today. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll chat soon. Peace.